Dear students, in this video we are going to discuss about system development life cycle. So we are starting the discussion on second unit. Second unit deals with system development life cycle process and models and information system security related issues. Okay, first let us start our discussion on system development life cycle. Okay, previously we have discussed what is system. System consists of input, process and output. This information system is also a form of a system because it has also a input components, processing components and output components. So information system is consists of software, hardware, telecommunication devices, procedures and peoples. So this also involved a software development that are exclusive for a particular information system. So the same software development life cycle is also applicable for system development life cycle. Okay, Sdlc is a framework that describes the activities performed at each stage of a software development project. Okay, because the procedure for system development life cycle or software development life cycle is same. So here we use the word very often, a software development projects or system development process. Okay, SDLC is a process used by the software industry to design, develop and test high quality software. Okay, so it involves about design phase, development phase and testing phase. Okay, and prior to the design there are requirement analysis phase. Now after the testing phase, implementation and follow up. So this in addition to the software development process, there are requirement analysis and implementation and follow process in the system development life cycle. So those are all the main 5 steps or the phases in the system development life cycle. One is requirement analysis, second is design, third is implementation, fourth is testing and fifth is evaluation. So planning and requirement analysis. So for the purpose for which the particular system and software is developed, what are all the requirements of the new system. Okay, then you have to define the requirements, the second step, and designing the software based on the defined requirements is the third step, and based on the design, building the actual software or developing the actual software and system is the fourth phase, and testing the developed software and system is the fifth phase, and implement and maintain the software and system is the sixth phase. So these are all the steps in the SDLC process. First let us discuss one by one. First phase is planning and requirement analysis, because we have discussed about various information system requirements for different levels of organization. So the requirements for different levels of organizations vary from one level to another level. Operation level requirement is different, middle level requirement is different, and the strategic level the requirements also very different. And each functional area, the data requirement and the output requirements are different. So this is what we mean by what exactly the requirements for the particular information system which we are going to develop. Okay, so we have to identify that and we have to plan for that. So collect the requirement analysis from various sources, mainly the stakeholders and the domain experts. Stakeholders means who are directly involved with the business. Okay, so they know exactly the requirements of an organization, what their activities, and we can get the expertise from the domain experts. Okay, the people who are expertise in developing information system, we can get the exact inputs and to define exactly the boundaries of the system and the features of the software we are going to develop. Okay, so this is the first phase. The requirement analysis includes the business requirements. Business means in terms of markets, customers, products, and services. Okay. Then stakeholder requirements, the different group of people who are being affected or influencing the business organization and their requirements. And if you have any business problems, okay, what are all the solutions to those problems? Based on the solution requirements, the project can be done. Functional requirements, the various functional areas, and based on those requirements, okay, and there are some non-functional requirements. And transition means transforming from one state to another state or moving from one level to another level. So this transition movement, okay, this requirements, okay, so we can consider all these requirements while developing a system for an organization. Then defining the requirements. Once the requirements analysis is done, the next step is we have to define the requirements clearly, exactly what it is, each and every terms. Okay, so what is exactly we are going to develop. Okay, so we have to define that and document all the requirements in technical terms. So that is the defining requirements. And based on the requirements specified in RS, okay, so we have to design the software. Okay, there may be more than one approach for product architecture. Okay, so they can review a different design approach and they can finalize the design based on the requirements for the particular software. Then once the design is ready, the architecture is ready, the plan is ready, exactly, they can do the coding work. Okay, that is the actual development of a software using a suitable computer language. Okay, programming. Okay, so they develop a software. Once the software is developed, it has to be tested. There are various testers are being done on the softwares in order to verify that the software is performing according to the requirements. Okay, it is output value test are there, and the processing, okay, what exactly the software is going to do, and security test, the so many tests are there to conduct on the new software. If the software is successful in all this test, they can go to the next phases. If any issues in identified during the testing phase, those problems can be rectified. Again, it will undergo different types of testing. Okay, this testing will give validation for the software, that it is, it can perform all the intended activities of the software. Then once the software is ready, it will be implemented in the organization, and the regular maintenance work and the follow-up support from the organization, software development organization, has to be provided. Okay, so those are all the general steps in the development of system development or software development life cycle. Thank you. We will, in the next class, we will discuss about what are all the various models of software development life cycle.